You had a situation with a close friend or a family member and they had did you something wrong, right? And you know, they acknowledged what they did after you told them that you didn't feel good about what happened. And then they gave you a sincere apology and you accepted their apology. And once you accepted their apology, it went back to the way it was. You hugged. If it was bad enough, you could have had a good cry about it, but you forgave them and you were able to move on, and you were able to um, live with that person, coexist with that person, and be cool with them after that. How many times has that happened to you? I'm sure it's happened to everybody. Um, but let's think of something different. How many times have you made a mistake yourself and it put you in a bad situation and you were able to get out of the predicament that you were in, but 6 months down the line, a year down the line, 5 years down the line, when you would have something trigger an emotion and you got back to that point where you thought you had moved past it, uh, you got to feeling depressed and hurt about what you did to yourself or the predicament that you put yourself in. Um, how is it easier for us to forgive someone outside of ourselves who've done bad to us, but we don't give ourselves that same pass? We don't give ourselves that same patience, that same love, that same forgiveness. If you come to my page, you know that I'm not a part of organized religion, but there's still certain things in the Bible that are still prevalent, like they mean something. And whether they were taken, stolen from other people's thoughts or creations or publications or writings or whatnot, what's in the book, there are still relevant things that are designed to help. So look at when people said to Jesus, "How much are you supposed to forgive?" and Jesus says 70 times 7. You can look at that and put a number on that, 70 times 7. Or you can understand that the metaphor behind that, the real meaning behind that is to always have forgiveness in your heart for certain situations. Now, sometimes somebody do something wrong to you, um, you can forgive them, but you just got to let that situation go altogether. Because forgiveness is not for the person, it's for yourself. That's really what forgiveness is for. Um, and maybe you need to whoop their ass before you forgive them. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because if you get violated physically or emotionally, sometimes that calls for you to have to really do something to defend yourself. But you can still have forgiveness for them and just not deal with them no more. Ourselves are different because we don't have that same kind of patience for us. We don't have that same kind of love and forgiveness for ourselves. And that's what we need to begin to work on. I think that's probably the core of a lot of people's mental health issues: mind, depression, anxiety, um, the feeling of uh, I get triggered when I'm not included, or when someone doesn't value what I have to say. Like, you don't have to agree with what I say, but when you devalue me or dismiss what I have to say, and I don't feel included, that's a trigger for me. That goes back to childhood. Um, and that's a whole nother scenario. Maybe I'll make a video on that one day. Who knows? But the point that I'm trying to make is we're so patient and so loving and so caring and so gentle. We put so much energy in forgiving other people's wrong to us that when we go through life and we go through our situations and maybe we make a mistake that hurt us financially, we have a hard time forgiving ourselves and we beat up ourselves. We are self abusers. This is what we do. This is a part of what I call mind wars, where in your mind, the as a person, you know, they can look normal on the inside, from the outside looking in. They could look normal, but in their minds, they are going through some shit that is crazy. Mainly because they haven't been able to come to a place where they can forgive their own selves. I've been going through this, man. And just to give you an example of the power that we have to change that. My car had been down. And I had been in the house for 3-4 days. The first day was rough for me, man, because I was at home. I couldn't get out to make money. Just because my car is not working, it doesn't mean the bills stop coming. It doesn't mean that I don't need food anymore. So I was going through all this emotional stress and trauma that I was kind of inflicting on myself. And then I saw this Steve Harvey video where he was talking about thoughts or things, and the fact that the reality that we currently live in, this is what we thought ourselves into because of the decisions that we made. We thought ourselves into these types of predicaments that we have. And I was really feeling bad about myself. And I even put in the comments how bad I was feeling about myself and going through it. So somebody replied to me in a very, very cool way. They said, look, even though you're going through what you're going through, you still have something to be thankful for. You still have something that you could be grateful for. You can think, you could write, you can speak. You have a conscious way of understanding what's happening to you. All these are blessings that we take for granted. And once I start thinking about that, I felt better. But last night, a few things triggered me. And I started feeling bad. And I started piling on myself. Because, if you think about something long enough, pretty soon, because of the law of attraction, if you think about it long enough, then you're going to get something else that's going to compound that. And then you're going to get something else. So the next thing you know, 2 hours done passed and I was feeling shitty. And I was upset with myself. I was feeling down and I was talking bad about myself in my mind. And somewhere around, I don't know, 10 o'clock, something just said, stop it. It's over. And I immediately felt better. That's not the first time that I've done that too. The point that I'm trying to make is we spend a lot of time abusing ourselves over shit that happened. And yeah, you're in a fucked up situation right now. You don't know how you're going to get out of it. But what you need to understand is that you can either continue to torment yourself, or you can make a conscious effort to say stop. Once you make the conscious effort to say stop, then you find something else to switch your attention to. Music, comedy. If you're a religious person, read your Bible. If you're a person like me, meditate. Or listen to meditation music. I don't know what you do. Whatever you do that makes you feel good. Think about your kids. Um, think about that girl that you love, that you crushing on. Think about that guy that you crushing on. But the main thing is you can stop the momentum. You can stop it. The key to it, which takes discipline and it takes time sometimes, is the fact that we are addicted to fucking ourselves up. That's what we're addicted to. For whatever reason, we love to be the fucking victim. Excuse the. Sometimes I cuss. I don't want to get too overboard today. It's nice. But you understand what I'm saying. You could stop it and then direct it to something else. That's where the 70 times 7 comes in. You have to be willing and patient with yourself and gentle with yourself to say, look, it is what it is now. Can't change it. Now, let's stop beating ourselves up. And maybe we can write some things down. We can write a new plan. We can just write our feelings down. You know, tell yourself, I am sorry that I made this decision and put us in this. You can talk to yourself in the third person. I mean, I don't know. Whatever it takes, man. But that's the point that I want to talk about. That's the point that I'm trying to get at today. You can change the direction of your bad mood. You can make a conscious effort to change the direction of your bad mood. And if you get triggered 3 hours later, you can make a conscious effort to change the direction of your mood. And I'm not saying this is easy, because if you're addicted to something, it's tough to break the addiction. It's no different from somebody who's addicted to crack or heroin or alcohol or nicotine. It's no different. An addiction is an addiction. It's an addiction. And if you're addicted to inflicting pain on yourself, just like you can break your addiction to all these substances, you can break the addiction to self-inflicted pain. And I'm learning this. It's tough, but I'm on a good road. So I want people just to think about that shit today, because we have not a lot of time on this place we call Earth. And there's something that we are all here to do. And you can't attain what it is. You can't achieve what it is that you are here to do if in a 24-hour period and you're up for at least 12 of those hours, 3 of those hours are being eaten up by you destroying yourself over some shit that you did 5 years ago. We have to stop that. So, hey, comment about it. Talk about it with yourself first. There's nothing wrong with talking to yourself. Think about it. Meditate on that. Write about it. And make the effort, just like you can make an effort to get in your kitchen and cook a meal. How meticulous you are about that. You have to be meticulous about dealing with your own mental health. So you have to be forgiving. Forgive yourself. It is okay. Doesn't matter where you are. It is okay. All right? Peace.